Hi everyone, it's Chris from Two Ton Gaming, and this week I'm bringing you a new episode of Free For All. In Free For All, we talk about games that I found for free to play and tell you my personal opinions about. This week I'm going to be talking about The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. This game was developed by Ubisoft Montreal, and you get thrust into an outrageous medieval fantasy world called Oblaencia, or some crap like that, where wealth, status, and showboating is the name of the game. In this game, you can pick up to 3 different classes, and they're all pretty much comparable. I personally went the Knight, who's tankier, and his taglines are freaking hilarious. They describe this game as a role-playing game, and it definitely is. It's got a lot of dungeon crawling aspects to it, which is not my personal cup of tea. I don't really like dungeon crawlers, I don't like Diablo or any games like Diablo, so keep that in mind when you hear what I rate it, because this is just my personal opinion. In the game, you basically go around raiding other people's castles to get to their loot. What's interesting is you get your own castle and you can set up traps and monsters and all sorts of fun stuff for people who are eventually going to raid your castle. It's kind of Castle Crashers meets Clash of Clans in a way. Uh, One thing I really like about this game is it's full of tons and tons of humor. The taglines each character say are extremely humorous, especially the Knight. The Knight's just this big, dumb, jock-like character who I really can get into. I haven't really played the other classes, so I can't tell you much about them, but I've heard a few of their taglines, and they're pretty good. Now, nothing really that bad happens to you if someone does get through your castle, because at first, lots of people can. Your castle does, it costs money to upgrade your stuff, and through microtransactions, you can make this go faster, but I personally never see the point in spending money in a free-to-play game. If I personally had to give this game a rating, on humor based alone, I'm going to give this game a 6 out of 10. If this game didn't have the humor, it'd probably be a 2 out of 10. It's not my cup of tea. I don't care for it. I personally don't recommend it unless you like doing dungeon crawlers. If you like dungeon crawlers, then hell, pick this game up. You'll love it. If you like building stuff inside castles, you'll love it too. You can expand your castle quite away from what I've seen on YouTube videos when I try to set up my own castle. Then quickly realized I don't have the money to make it epic like some of the other people do. And that's about it, really, about things I like about it. Just the humor in the game itself. The monsters are kind of innovative in a way. You don't really see, like, you fight a lot of giant chickens, which is funny, and these chickens that are still stuck in their shells, which are humorous. Kind of reminds me of Digimon for some reason. I will say, graphically, it is a nice looking game. As you guys can see, I'm running through this dungeon here and working on my own later in the video. So, 6 out of 10. I don't recommend it unless you like dungeon crawlers. I'm going to leave you guys with about another minute worth of video to watch, just to give you more of an example of how the game works. If you have any questions, feel free to email twotongaming at twotongaming@gmail.com. And like always, please remember to like, subscribe, and all that fun social media jazz. And we'll see you next week with a new video.
I'm feeling juice to the max. Another day, another treasure chest. It's just so shiny. Pain Hammer coming at you.